Hey lovelies, so today I want to share with you how I do my corner to corner scarves. Could be different to what you've seen before, who knows, it's just the way that I do it. Now to begin, make sure you've got yourself a nice long tail there from your slip knot, just so that when it comes to the end you can add a nice long tassel like me. That's how I tend to do it. Or if you decide you don't want a tassel, you've got enough yarn there to sew it through your ends. So to begin, I've got my slip knot already on my favourite hook here, and we are going to be chaining 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and we're going to start with a double crochet into that third chain from the loop, which is there. Now I work in American terminology, apologies for all those fellow Brits out there, it's just that I learnt to crochet on YouTube through American people, and I've just stuck with it. It's the way I crochet, so apologies out there. If you're in the UK, I believe this is a treble. So I've just started out there with 4 double crochets, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So from there I want to chain up another 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, yarn over and double crochet into that third chain. So there you have now got 2 double crochets, and we want 2 more. So into this, now I'm just using an everyday double DK yarn, and I am using a size 4.5 crochet hook. It's interchangeable, so I just change these when I want to. So now I've got these 2 which I've finished here. Now to add this to this part, this has to turn like this, and you're going into that space there. So pick up your loop, bring it through and slip stitch through there, and then chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and you want another 3 double crochets in there. So there is 2, 3, and we want 4 in total. So there is your 4, and now we have like a little L. So from here we chain up 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and the first double crochet goes into that third chain from your hook there. Yarn over through 2, yarn over through those 2. So now you've got 2 double crochet there. So now we're going to put a double crochet in each stitch along, so there should be 4 in total. Okay, so this is what we've got there now. Now to join this to this, we need to turn our work again, and we are going to be slip stitching through that space there, you see. So grab your loop and slip it through, and then chain 3, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, if this gets in your way, just do what I do, just flip it under there for a minute out of the way. So now we want another 3 double crochets in there, in that same space. We've got 2, 3 and 4, and to join it we just slip stitch over to this space here. We'll pull up your loop and pop it through there and chain 3, 1, 2 and 3. Now we want 3 more double crochets, so 4 in total. So we've got 2, 3 and 4, and we're still increasing, so we want another 5 in there. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now some people do 6, but I tend to stick with 5 because I like a smaller space that I'm going into. So there is 2. Pull up some more yarn. Okay, so into the next one, which is here. So 4 total there, and to join it we're turning our work back and we're going into that space right there, you see, and all you do is bring it through and slip stitch to join, and then chain up 3. 1, 2, 3, which counts as your first double crochet, and you want 3 more. 1, 2, 3 and 4. And to join we slip stitch to the next one. 3, tuck that out the way if it's in your way, and you want another 3 double crochet in there, 4 in total. Got 2, 3 and 4. Slip stitch to this one through that space and chain 3, which counts as your first double crochet, and you want another 3 double crochet into that same space. Okay, see how it's coming up so far? So again, we're still wanting to go up more, so we chain another 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and we're double crocheting into that 3rd chain there. And got 4 double crochets in total. There's 3, and that one there is the 4th. Okay, now to join this again we need to, like this here, but we need to turn this so that we're going into that space there. It's a bit fiddly, but once you get used to how the pattern forms it gets easier. So now 3 again, 1, 2 and 3, and you want 4 double crochet in total. 2, 3 and 4. Okay, to attach that we slip stitch to the next one and go again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, we want to slip stitch over to the next one now, which is here. Yarn through, slip stitch 1, 2 and 3. Again, if that's getting in your way, just tuck it out of your way. And you want more double crochets in here now, so there's your 2. You want 4, there's 3 and there's 4. Okay, we're still increasing, so over to this one, slip stitch, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and you want 4 in total. Okay, so the way this pattern works, it comes up this way and it comes that way. So if you was just to fill that in now, you would have a perfect square. But as you do with the scarf, you'll want it, say, to this size here, but then you'll want to stop and you want that work to just carry on while this side still grows. So I'll show you how to do that in just a second. but for right now we are still increasing. So to increase, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and double crochet into that third chain. So you've got 2 double crochets there now. There is your third, and here is your fourth. Okay, so this is how it looks. To join from where you are now to this one, you do it by turning this to meet your work there. Okay, and you slip stitch through that space there. See, this is why I chain 5 and not 6, because I don't want a huge space in there. So by keeping it at 5, it's just about right. So now you want to chain up 3, and again you want 4 in total in that same space. So there's 2, 3 and 4. Now I would say that this is a beginner friendly pattern, and it makes some lovely blankets. I've done some gorgeous ones. I did some really nice ones during the COVID pandemic as well that were gifted to friends. So to join this to that, we slip stitch through here. You see where I mean? So just grab your yarn and pull it through there, and that is classed as a slip stitch. Chain 3, and that is classed as your first double crochet. And you want 4 of those into that space. Now I am new to posting videos, so please don't be too harsh. I'm sure I'll make plenty of mistakes, and I'm sure you guys will correct me on them. And slip stitch to the next one. 1, 2, 3, which counts as your first double crochet, and you want 4 in total in that space. 2, 3 and 4. Okay, slip stitch to this next one again by going into that space there, pull your yarn through, slip stitch 1, 2 and 3. Move that out of your way if it gets in your way, and you want 4 double crochets in total in that space. It can look and feel a little bit messy when you're first building it up, but try not to worry too much, because once it starts to come together, it does make a really nice pattern. You can see there how it's coming together nicely. And although when you're crocheting it looks like there's loads of gaps, doesn't it? But there's not really. It's just how it looks when you're making it, as opposed to what it's like together. So we're up to that stitch there. We're still increasing at this point. So slip stitch over into that space, pull your yarn through and slip stitch, and chain 3. 1, 2 and 3. You want 4 in total. Okay, and to increase, I'm going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and we're double crocheting into that third chain there. Okay, pull through 2, pull through 2, and you've got 2 double crochets there now, and you want 4 in total, so through that one. Through this one. Okay, I'm just pulling a bit more yarn, just bear with me for 2 minutes. Right, so again we've increased here because we're increasing in height, and to join we turn that. So let me just show you clearly. There's your work, and we need to turn that part there. Okay, and this then goes through that space there. Okay, and you slip stitch like that, and then chain 3, which counts as your first double crochet into that chain, and you want 4 into that space in total. So keep doing that now until you get down to the next increase space, and I will show you how to not increase. That makes sense. I'll show you in a moment. There's the first double crochet, and you want 4. And there are loads of corner to corner video tutorials on YouTube, so it's not just me, but this is just the way that I do it. Those are the amazing ladies and gents do it their way, and this is how I do it my way. Okay, 2 double crochet, 3 double crochet, and 4 double crochet. Now if this, look at it that way, might make it a bit easier, this is going to be the height of your scarf, so you will keep going and going and going with that until it is the length of the scarf that you want. But this is the width, and you don't want a massive wide scarf, do you? And on top of that, it's just a massive waste of yarn. So what you want to do is attach here, but stop it from growing, so it just keeps up in a nice straight line while this grows and grows and grows, and you'll have an angle like that all the way along. So let me just show you now what I do there to stop it getting any wider. So there's your last 4 stitches, and you slip stitch over into that space like we have been doing the entire pattern. Slip stitch over there, but then instead of doing anything else, I turn my work back round. Okay, so we're here. It looks a bit awkward, but trust me, stick with it and I'll show you. Go into this space, pull your yarn through, and slip stitch into that one. Okay, do it again for the next one, slip stitch, and again. So you slip stitch 3 times there. Now you come into your normal space, so I want you to slip stitch there as well. So that's 4. Now I want you to chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, now do your usual following 3 double crochets. Again, apologies for all those Brits who will be working in treble crochets. Okay, so can you see there what I'm talking about? Ignore the yarn there, but that now will continue up in a nice straight line, and you'll see as it grows, it looks sturdier and sturdier, and it makes a really nice pattern as your yarn starts to change colour as well. So let's continue on, and when we get to the other side, I'll show you how you work that once you've got it to the length and width that you want. So slip stitch into there, chain 3, 2 double crochet, in total you want 4, slip stitch over to the next one, Okay. Keep going with me till you get to the end, and I'll show you what we do there then. Okay. So now we're back to here, which is the side which we plan to keep coming longer and longer for your scarf length. So if you're carrying on, you would do your chain 5, then double crochet into the 3rd chain, complete your 4 double crochets, turn your work and attach to work back down. However, if you got to the stage now where your scarf is completely long enough, you don't need any more length, you've got the width, but you need to fill in that corner, which would be here. This is what you do. Okay, bear with me. So we slip stitch over there. Okay, so slip stitch here, like so. Turn our work. Yes, it looks a bit crazy there, but bear with it. And you want to slip stitch into 1, slip stitch into 2, slip stitch into 3. Okay, and now we're at the space here where we would normally crochet into, slip stitch again and chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now you want your double crochets into that space as per usual, so you want 4 double crochets into this space. There's 3, there's 4. Right, so now you want to carry on to the next, so slip stitch to there, chain 3, which counts as your first double crochet, back in, and you want 4 double crochet in total. I'm showing you today with a 4.5 crochet hook, but if I was doing this as a gift for somebody now with this yarn, I would use a 4mm hook, not a 4.5. It's just so I can actually show you on camera without the stitches being too tight. So keep going with it. I'll show you what we do when we get to the other side. It's such a simple pattern, but I remember looking at it when I first started crocheting and thinking, oh no, it's too difficult, I can't do it. And now it's like second nature. So don't give up. If you think you can't, just take your time, pause videos, learn your stitches and come back to it, and I promise you it's not that hard. So here we are again where I want to join that straight edge. So we slip stitch through here, turn our work so it's this way, and we slip stitch into there. There's 1, 2 and 3. Turn your work that way, slip stitch into the space and then chain 3. Now if you keep that edge nice and neat, it will stay neat throughout your project, so try and keep your tension on that a little bit so it's not too sticking out here, there and everywhere. So now you want your 4 double crochet into that space again. See, if I was doing it with a 4mm hook, it would actually look quite a bit neater because it would match the yarn. Slip stitch over, 1, 2 and 3. It's actually quite difficult to to show you exactly what it's like if my stitches are too small for you to see on camera. So I hope this is making sense to you. I'm just going to pull up a little bit more yarn, just bear with me 1 second. There we go. Right, so over to this one, slip stitch again, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and you want another 3 double crochets into that space. Okay, so now we're up to the space again where we're trying to fill in that corner, because we've got this as high as we want it and as wide as we want it. So to join, we slip stitch into this space here, slip stitch through there, turn your work. Again, this is just how I do it. So then slip stitch through here. There's 1, 2 and 3, and then I turn it this way, slip stitch into that space, and then I chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, which counts as your first double crochet, and you want another 3 double crochets into that same space. Okay, slip stitch over to this one, into that space again, and chain 3 again. And now you want another 4 double crochets into that space total. There's 3 and there's 4, and now we're just going to slip stitch into that space again, because we don't want it going higher. We're just maintaining and filling in that corner as if this was coming to the end of your completed scarf. Slip stitch again, and then chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, yarn over, and we want another 3 double crochets into there, so we get 4 in total. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, so now we just need to join that to that, and you've got your perfect scarf. If you consider that that is as tall as you want it, but that's your width, and this is how you finish off. So all I do is slip stitch across into there, turn your work, slip stitch into 1, 2, 3, and right into that corner there, slip stitch again, pull that up and cut it, and that then would be your completed scarf. It's exactly the same on one side as it is on the other. I'm just trying to make sure you can see it properly. Now that's the end here, so you would snip your loop, pull it out, and you will have a tassel like this there. So you get a nice long piece, and then leave it really long so that you can alter it depending on the length of your tassel onto my scarf. If you remember, think of that as a great big long flowing scarf, but these are where your tassels will go. So I've left that first tail there nice and long. Now these are just straight pieces of thread, of cotton or yarn, whatever you want to use. Cut them all to roughly the same size if you can. Lay them there. Pop your hook through here, for example, anywhere it'll go, so it looks nice and even. And all I do is I put that through there, and I drag it through with my hook. See how you've got that middle section there? And all I do is this, I just pull it through, hold the scarf, and there, that is your tassel. Which is why I said about leaving that long piece of your tail from your first slip knot, because it will make your tassels, it'll join in. There we go. Now, yeah, you're going to get odds and ends through there, but I'm a hairdresser by trade, so doing a nice straight line is not all that difficult once you've got them all as thick as you want. And like I said, I try and do them in a nice colour block, so don't try and do them all at once. Do so many at once, cut them, pop them on your scarf, and you'll blue, purple, green, pink, whatever colours you've got in your yarn, and they will come out nice and stripy in that sense. And I'll put one of the scarves that I've done in the past on at the end of this video, so you can see exactly what I mean about the colour variation. That's it. Hit the like button. Thanks, guys.